What's up, brah? Should you purchase the Steamdeck OLED in 2025? And this is coming from someone who owns a Steamdeck OLED. We are going to do an in-depth review. We're going to talk about the upcoming Xbox handheld, the Switch 2, different emulators. We're going to even talk about different PC handhelds. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy. So I think the very first thing we have to get into is just the coolness factor of the Steamdeck OLED. Not only is it an OLED screen, but coolness in particular with modifying your console. It is so easy thanks to the ease of Linux for desktop and then also the Steam OS. You can integrate and add so many different plugins, and it kind of reminds me of like the earlier Cydia days, if you guys remember that, with like jailbreaking your iPod or so forth, or iPod Touch. But you can make this device however you want, as you see here with all my plugins, and you're free to do literally whatever you want. It is yours to customize, and no Steam Deck will look like one other Steam Deck, which is really cool. Of course, you can emulate on it, and I think the next thing we certainly have to talk about is remote play. Now, I'm somebody who actually has a PlayStation Portal and has supported it from the beginning. This is my PlayStation 5 Pro being remote played at 1000 nits with the OLED screen, and it might be hard to see, but we're hitting 60 frames and we're playing Black Ops 6 online. A lot of people complain about input delay and so forth, and of course it's going to be inevitable when you're doing anything wirelessly, but it's playable, and I actually was able to do decently well in this game. I didn't really showcase a ton of gameplay, but the point is you can tell that you can play it, and it's a steady 60. Now, you're not getting 100 plus 120 on PC, but it is certainly playable, as you can see. And you can see every time I make a movement with the sticks, with the potentiometers, it's pretty on. It's pretty on point. So definitely something that you can do. I know a lot of people had a lot of questions about that. Can I remote play my PlayStation? Yes, you can with Chiaki. So definitely a very good time, very good question. And I honestly do use this feature, and it runs just as well as it does with the Portal. And the difference is the Portal is not OLED, it is LCD. So you're getting a better experience on your deck. Now, I think the next thing we definitely have to touch on is the fact that this is also a PC with Linux. So as you're browsing through your Steam library, within a matter of seconds, you can go to your power and you can switch right over to desktop, which is so cool. It is so nice. And again, it's not Windows, so it's not clunky. You're logged in, it's Linux, it's a nice kernel. The trackpads are amazing, and the feedback, the haptics, oh my goodness, you have to trust me on it. It feels so good. And once you're in here, it is so easy to navigate and use. Another important feature that we need to talk about is just how fluid SteamOS is. It is so good. You don't get those crashes like you get in Windows. And that's why I'm curious to see how the Xbox handheld performs with Asus, if it's still going to be Windows based. I know they're going to integrate with a button that should get you right to Game Pass, so hopefully it performs well. But I do want to mention something that is coming up here too. Remember this, when you're playing games on the Steam Deck, you can't play like the latest and greatest AAA, it just won't work, but you need to make sure that it's deck compatible, that it is verified to be played on the deck. As you can see, I want to play MX Bikes, but it's not really deck compatible, so it's probably not going to run well. So please keep that in mind. The next thing we got to talk about is the fact that you can just sleep games just like this, no edits. In a matter of a few seconds, you can tap it again, and you can literally hop right back in exactly where you left off. It is so seamless and so smooth, and I have yet to find this with really any PC handheld, so this is a very nice feature. Also, on top of this, game recording is allowed, which is pretty neat. I think one thing we also do need to talk about is the layout of the Steam Deck OLED. It just feels perfect in your hands. I was kind of skeptical about the sticks being at the top, but it is so nice, guys. It just feels so natural and so good. I mean, look at the difference between like your Switch or Switch 2. I don't think I like that asymmetrical layout. It just feels unnatural. Look how you're putting so much stress on your joint there on the right side for your thumb. With this, it's just plop them down and it feels good, and you can honestly game for long sessions, and especially with the rounded edges and the size of it, it's perfect, man. It just feels so good. in your hands. I could go hours and hours on this thing. I'm not joking you. And it's ultra quiet and it doesn't overheat like my Switch 2 does. So please, please, please keep that in mind. And what's funny is I'm starting to see other emulators come out that are kind of looking the same. They're they're taking some nods for sure with those symmetrical style right there. And honestly, I'm not going to be complaining. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. So all in all, if you want to be able to remote play games, remote play your PS5, if you want to access Steam's library, which is pretty much endless, but remember, you got to be compatible on the deck. And if you want something that is a great price on an excellent screen, I think the Steamdeck OLED is a surefire option for you. Well, thank you guys so much for watching my review on the Steam Deck, and if you should get it in 2025. I hope this helped answer some questions. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comment section and consider subscribing. We are a newer channel, but we do all things gaming and tech and even more. So we'll see you in the next one.